and we'll be discussing the next part of our reasoning. Okay, let me present my screen first.
Okay, we have started the recording, and also I'm extremely sorry that the previous session has not yet been uploaded on YouTube because of certain problems of my internet. So be assured that it will be uploaded along with this class in 1 or 2 days. So now I will hand over the session to Dipanjan sir. Dipanjan sir, to you.
Okay, thank you so much, sir. I hope my screen is visible to everyone's devices. Okay, so welcome to the second session. In the previous class, we discussed some part of the reasoning, like we discussed silox, we discussed analogy, which has a major weightage in your reasoning section. We also discussed some number analogy, word analogy, and alphanumerical analogy. And today we'll be continuing with silox because I have understood that in the previous class the level was too high for beginners. So we'll be taking some easy problems that are more exam relevant. Okay, so you should be solving the questions along with me. I think you shouldn't be having any problem in solving them. Okay. After silox, we'll be moving towards number series. That is missing number series. In these questions, you have to find the logic and find the missing number according to that. And if you have time, then we'll discuss some part of setting arrangement. Again, I'll be taking only easy questions because I know this is not CAT or any kind of very hard competitive exam. So only basic level questions will be asked in UGC net. And the next thing we have blood relation. So a lot of things to discuss in today's class, but as we are already running late, let's see how much we can cover by 10 p.m. hopefully. And if I have to take another session, I will do it. Okay. So starting the class, as I have told already, we'll be discussing syllogism, only easy questions at first. Okay, so I have told you how to draw the least possible Venn diagram in the previous class. I hope everyone was present and you can do it yourselves. So we have the first question. Here are the conclusions. Like we are given two conclusions. I'm taking about 4 to 5 questions because we don't have that much time today. So there are two conclusions, one and two, sorry. So there can be only 5 answers, like only conclusion 1 is true, only conclusion 2 is true, both are true, both are false, and either one or two is true. So this should be the 5 options, answers of each of the questions we'll be discussing now on. Okay. So for the first question, we have been given 2 statements like all pens are pencils. If here is pen. Okay, sorry. Pencil should be like this. The next thing it is said that no pencil is an eraser. So pencil has no relation with eraser. So this is the easy Venn diagram. As I have told, we'll be taking only easy question. Okay, so we have 2 conclusions. No eraser is a pen. Okay, it is true. Actually, as no eraser is pencil and pen comes completely into the pencil. So no eraser is a pen is true conclusion. Okay. So no pen is eraser is the second conclusion. No pen is eraser. Okay, this is also true, and both conclusions are kindly the same. Okay. No eraser is pen and no pen is eraser. We have not been given any definite, what can I say? As I've told in the previous class, if any conclusion is given, The examiner is asking you that the conclusion is definitely true, it must hold, but it is not holding. Okay, so both the conclusions here are true. Okay, we are moving towards the second question. Some men are good. Okay, some men are good. Some men are wise. Here is the Venn diagram. The
Sir,
conclusion. Yes, yes. Hello.
yes, sir, in the first one,
Okay.
no pen is no eraser is a pen. In
Okay.
that one, the eraser, I mean, I understand that eraser is not uh, I mean how can this be possible that the both is two?
Okay. Fine. Let me explain once again.
Yeah.
First conclusion was no eraser is a pen. Okay. As pen comes completely under pencil and pencil has no relation with eraser, so no pen can be eraser. Like there are two things. Like A has no relation with B. If it is said that no A is B, you can conclude that no B is also A. Okay. So it holds both ways. According to this logic, the second conclusion is also true. I hope it is clear now.
Okay, sir.
Okay, fine. Moving to question number 2, we have drawn the statements. Okay, so the conclusions are some wise men are good. Some men that are wise. So this is this section. According to conclusion, this should be good. So conclusion is saying that this must be good, but nothing definite is been given. But if there was the conclusion that some wise men are good is a possibility, then it could have been true. But according to this conclusion, this is false. Let me draw the Venn diagram for that. If it was said that some wise men are good is a possibility, if is a possibility was added, we can draw the Venn diagram like this. Men, here is wise, and some men are good. Okay. If we draw the Venn diagram like this, we can see that some wise men are good. Some wise men, that is here, are good is a possibility. So this holds. But this is given a definite conclusion. So this is false. Okay. So the next conclusion we have been given some good men are wise. Some good men are wise. Again, if this was a possibility, this could have been true, but it is definite conclusion. So it is false. I hope this is clear to you. If anyone is having any problem, you can just turn on the mic and say. Just rubbing
Sir,
that.
I'm not being able to understand anything.
So, can you please make it in A, B, and like that A not is equal to B or A not is equal to C or B equal to C like that? That will be more easy for us. As we are
Okay,
from
I'm
UPSC.
taking men as M, good as G. Okay. And wise as W. I'm only taking the first letter of every word. Like some men are good, I'm taking men as M, good as G. Okay. So if I draw the Venn diagram, some men are good should be like this. Some men, here is M, men, here is good. Okay. The next statement says some men are wise. So this should be like this. Some men are wise. I hope now the Venn diagram is clear. So it is saying some wise men are good. Some wise men. This is this section. Some wise men. Okay. So the conclusion is saying some wise men should be definitely good. But as we can see from the Venn diagram, it is not definite. So the conclusion is false. Again, from the second conclusion, some good men. Some good men. Good men means the part that is converging. Okay. This part, the common part. Okay. Some good men. Here is good. Here is men. Some good men should be the common part. So it is saying, let me take a different color. Here it is saying this part, some good men are wise. So it is saying this part should be wise. If it was a possibility, this could have been true, but it is even definite conclusion, so it is again false. I hope this is clear now. Because I have taken letters for every like man wise, and you
Yes,
should
sir.
be
Yes.
drawing statements like this only. Because if you write the whole like this man and this good, you will be wasting time actually. They can also give like prospectus is angry like this. Some prospectus is angry. You have to write whole prospectus in here. Either you can write P or here is A. So take the only the first letters, and if there are first letters common, like here is pen and another condition of pencil has been given, you can just write like this pen and pencil simply P. You must know how to differentiate things and the way you understand your Venn diagram. Okay. Just take the first letter. If the first letter is common, then write the second one and like this. Okay. Moving to question number 4. I'll ask you to solve this question by yourself and I'll be answering shortly. Take 1 minute of time and try to solve this question. Draw the Venn diagram and then say which conclusion is true, which conclusion is false. If either both are true, both are false, use those cells. Then I should be giving you timer. Sorry. 1 minute's timer starts now.
So it's option 2. No square is a line.
Only option 2 is correct, you're saying.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Because triangle and line has no connection with ace or C, like squares or circle.
Okay, we'll see that after drawing the Venn diagram. Anyone else solved it?
Sir, I think both the conclusions are false.
Both are false. Okay, we have different
Both
answers.
are false, sir.
Okay, we have
Sir, both are false, I think.
3 people are saying
Both are false, sir.
okay. Both are false is getting some weightage. Let us see what is the right answer. Okay, some squares are circles. So I'm taking squares as S and circle as C. So some squares are circles. No circle is a triangle. Again, triangle I'm taking as T. No line is a square. So again, I'm taking the first letter of line, that is L. So this is the Venn diagram. The conclusion is saying all squares being triangles is a possibility. So all square being triangle is a possibility. Let us see if this is possible. Our statement is saying conclusion can't be triangle. Okay. So if some squares, like this part, some squares that are circle, if all squares are triangle, like if square comes in the triangle part, then the part of square that is already a circle also comes in triangle. But our statement says no circle is a triangle. So this statement then nullifies. So the first conclusion is false. Okay. I hope this is clear. Moving to the second conclusion. No square is a line. So this is definite conclusion. We have to check. No square is a line. Okay, this is true. If no line is a square, no square is a line. I have said now this holds both ways. So this conclusion is true. So only conclusion number 2 holds. So only conclusion 2 is true should be the answer. Okay. Anyone is having any confusion in the first conclusion? You can say now.
Sir, if no line is a square, then some squares can be lines. is that a possibility? Like in you mentioned that if all A is B, then all B is A.
Yes.
If no A
No,
is
no,
B,
no, no.
then
If all A is B,
yeah.
it is not necessarily that all B should be A. The diagram
Okay,
can
okay,
be
yeah.
like this. All A is B. But does that
Okay.
mean all B is A? This is definitely not true. But
Okay.
there is a possibility that all B can also be A. Okay. So this
Okay.
forms a possibility, but that doesn't mean it is definite.
Okay. Okay, sir, I get it. Thank you.
Okay. And as I've said that if the conclusion is saying like this, no square is a line, it is saying definite conclusion. But if there is a possibility, I mean, if the conclusion means there is a possibility, it should be mentioned clearly that all squares can be triangles or all squares being triangles is a possibility. If can or possibility is mentioned, then all kind of Venn diagrams can be drawn. Okay. But
Yes.
if these two odds are not given, then you have to take the conclusion as definite that this must happen. If this doesn't happen, then if there is even a slight chance that this cannot happen, then the conclusion is false. Like in mathematics, if we do reasoning, we take like this. If 1, 2, there is a set, you understand set, like you have been given a container that holds natural numbers. There are numbers like 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay. And you have been given a bigger container that has number like 1, 2, 3, 4. Sorry, 4 is not given. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8. And you have been saying this is set A, this is set B. And the conclusion is given all A is B. If you verify, you can see 1 is there, 2 is there, 3 is there, 5 is there, but 4 is not there. So you need just one condition to cancel the conclusion. Like 4 is not there, so all A is B is not possible. So you just need one negative point to cancel the whole conclusion. Okay. But you need all positive points checked to say that all A is B. This is how set theory works basically.
Sorry, I can't understand anything.
You can't understand anything, like you don't understand the Venn diagram?
No.
Okay. How should I say Venn diagram? Like if I say like this is A. Okay. This is A. Like A is just some space in the screen.
Dipanjan sir, I would like to interrupt a minute.
Okay.
Perhaps she didn't attend the previous class, so she might be a little confused about Venn diagrams. That's why probably she is asking. Can you please, for a brief time, like very briefly, explain like
Yes,
the?
yes, yes. I'm trying to do that.
Yeah.
I'll be explaining the Venn diagram, how to draw Venn diagram, and I suggest you to watch the previous class. Like it is saying in the statement, you'll be giving statements, and according to that, you have to do the Venn diagram, and from the Venn diagram, you have to check the conclusions. Okay. So these are the syllogism questions. Like in statements, you are given sum A is B. Okay. So let us take this space on the screen is A and this is B. If sum A is B, then the Venn diagram should be like this. This converging part, this common part, this is saying that sum A is B. I hope this is clear from the Venn diagram.
Yes, yes.
Okay. Now, if the statement is saying no A is B, then A and B has nothing in common. A and B has no connection. Then you can draw the Venn diagram like this. There is no connection. There is a crossed line between A and B. That no part of A can be B or no part of B can be A. Okay. So this is the Venn diagram of no A is B. And if it is being said that all A is B, then everything of A should come in B. So if this is A, this is B, all of A that is here, should come in B. So this is the Venn diagram of all A is B. So this is how we are drawing the statements. I hope this is clear to you now.
Yes, yes.
Okay. Have to erase everything. Hold on.
Sir, I have a very small question.
Okay.
Just to clarify one last thing, if some squares are circles, would it necessarily mean that some circles are squares? I'm
Uh,
guessing it's an yes, but I just
okay,
needed to
okay.
check.
You are not audible properly. Can you repeat again?
Hello, yes, sure. So, what I was asking is, if some squares are circles, would it necessarily mean that some circles are squares?
Okay, some squares or circles, some
Yes.
SSC. If the statement gives some SSC, you are asking if some C is S. Yes, it is
Yes.
definitely true. If
Right.
some S is C, the common part of C is definitely S. So if
Right.
some S is C, some C should be S. So this is
Right.
the
Right. Thank you.
definition.
Thank you. Yes, got it.
Okay. Okay, moving to question number 5. So this is the final question for syllogism. So I'll ask you again to do it yourselves.
So
It's
it's option A.
option A.
A.
Only conclusion A follows.
Only conclusion A follows.
Okay, we have a first answer. So that was quick. Actually, I think you have already started solving the question before I even started the timer. Okay, I'll ask everyone else. Try to solve the question. I'll be giving 30 seconds. So syllogisms are very easy part of reasoning. I don't think you should be taking more than 1 minute to solve this question. So 30 seconds is done. I'm starting to solve the question. Meanwhile, if you are in middle of somewhere, you can continue. The statements are saying some squares are circles. Some squares are circles. Second statement is no circle is a triangle. Uh, hmm, okay, didn't you just do this question? I think the question is being repeated. Okay, let us see again.
Kind of, sir.
No circle is a triangle. Yes, the statements are being repeated. No line is a square. We just did the same Venn diagram. I think I have erased it already. Okay, the conclusion is saying, okay, we have different conclusions. Okay, that's fine. All squares can never be triangles. Okay. It is saying that all squares can never be triangles. It is definitely true. If all squares are triangles, then the common part between square and circle will also come under triangle. And it is clearly said in the statements that no circle can be triangle. So the first conclusion is true, that all squares can never be triangles. The common part between square and triangles that cannot come into triangles. Okay, the first conclusion is true. The second one is saying some lines are circles. Okay. Some lines are circles. Okay. Some lines can be circles if you draw the Venn diagram like this. Some lines can be circles if we draw the Venn diagram like this. But it is saying that it should be a definite conclusion, as I'm saying. It should be a definite conclusion, but according to this Venn diagram, it is not definite. So anything not definite is false. So conclusion 2 is false. Only conclusion 1 follows. So you are right. You have given a right answer.
Sir,
Congratulations. Yes.
sir, what would it be if there's a possibility? What would be the conclusion then?
Some lines are circles. If the conclusion was given, some lines are circles is a possibility, then this should be true. I have drawn the Venn diagram here.
It has to be mentioned in the statements, right?
Yes, yes, yes. some circles being line is a possibility. If the conclusion is about possibility, then it should be clearly mentioned into conclusion, like some circles being line is a possibility or some circles can be line. If these two conclusions were given, then they would be true. But here it is given definite conclusion that some lines are circles. The conclusion is saying that some lines must be circles, but it is not true according to this Venn diagram, so it is false. If there was possibility given, then it should have been true. I hope it is clear. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay, finally, we are moving towards the next section, that is number series. We will have a lot to learn in this section, so be attentive. In number series will be given questions like this. Some random numbers will be given like 5, 6, then 7, 8, 9, and you will be asked to find the next number. So these are number series problems. Several logics are happening in here. Let me tell you the most easier logics like A, B, C, D, E, F. Just assume that these are numbers, okay? So plus something, logic can follow in every number. Like say, take the most basic number series problem like 2, then 4, then 6, then 8, then 10. Here plus 2 logic is going on. Okay. I'm just discussing the logics that you should be checking while solving the number series questions. So the first logic is the most basic logic. If you have to check any constant number is being added to every next number. So the second question is like,
Sir, is it option?
is it? Say it again. I didn't get it.
No, sir. Actually, I was trying to solve the first question. So
Okay. We'll get to that in a second. 2, 3, 5, then 8. If this kind of logic is given, you the first thing you should be doing to solve a number series question is to check the gaps between numbers. Okay. So here it is 1, here it is 2, here it is 3. So next gap should be 4. So the next number should be 12. So this is also a basic logic. The next logic you should be checking is, into something plus something, like plus B. Just for sake 2, then 3, then 8, then 27. If this kind of number series is given, then as you can see, into 1 plus 1 is happening here. Then into 2 plus 2 has happened here. Then into 3, 3 8 is 24 plus 3 is 27. Then the next number should be, according to this logic, into 4 plus 4. Okay. So this is into A plus B logic. Either it could be into A plus A. Here it is into A plus A. Okay. Into A plus B also can work here. Like if we take in this fashion, 2, 3, then 7, then 22. If this is the number series, then here you can check into 2 plus 1. Sorry, into 1 plus 1, into 2 plus 1, into 3 plus 1. So this is the logic. Next number should be into 4 plus 1. So that should be 89. This can also happen. Okay. I hope you're getting the logics. If you are having any problem, you can just turn on your mic and say. In the previous class, I asked you to memorize all the square numbers from 1 to 30 and cubes from 1 to 10. This is very necessary. To solve number series questions, you should be knowing the squares and cube numbers. Okay. Otherwise, you cannot solve a number series question. it would be very difficult. Okay. Then the next logic should be a square plus a or a cube plus a. Let us take first 1, then 6, then 30, then 68. If this is a series, sorry, the first number should be 2. So the first number is 1 square plus 1. Second one is 2 square plus 2. Third one is 3, sorry, 3. Sorry. I've written it wrong. I've written the cube logic actually. It should be 12. Then 20. Like it's the 3 square plus 3. Then 4 square plus 4. And please memorize this number 6, 12, and 20. If these three numbers come into any number series questions, you should be thinking in this view that something square, then plus something is happening. Okay. Please remember 6, 12, and 20. These three numbers are very important. Because if these numbers come into any number series problems, you should be thinking in the view of a square plus a. Okay. Then a cube plus a can also work. Like if we take again 2, then the next number should be 10. Then the next number should be 30. Then the next number should be 68. So this is 1 cube plus 1. Then it's 2 cube plus 2, 3 cube plus 3, 4 cube plus 4. Okay. So these are the basic logics that you should be checking to solve any number series question. But you won't be lucky enough that you will be getting this kind of logics only. So let me tell you few basic things. Like if you get number series problems like this, first the numbers are repeating 2, 2, then 3, then 5, then 15, like then 20. If you see logic goes around like this, you see there is no gap between the first two numbers, then the numbers are increasing. Okay. Then you should think that into something like into 1, then into 1.5, into 2, into 3. I'm not saying that this is the logic here. I'm just explaining things. Okay. Into 1, into 1.5, into 2, into 2.5, sorry, into 3. These kind of logics can happen. Again, if you see numbers like this, 2, 1, then again like 1.5, then 3. If the numbers are like this, first it is decreasing, then it is increasing. If one number is decreasing and the all other above the numbers after that are increasing, then you should be checking like this into 0.5. Only multiplying by 0.5 you can get a decrease in numbers into 0.5, into 1, into 1, like into 1.5, into 2. You should be checking logic like this. Now if you get a number series problem like this, first the number are in decreasing, then increasing, like 22, then 18, then you get 23, then suppose you get 21, then you are getting 32. If the numbers are decreasing, then increasing, again decreasing, then increasing, if the graph goes on like this, then you should think alternate number logic is going on. Okay. What is alternate number logics? You should be checking logics directly from first number to third number, again from third number to fifth number, and the logics between second number to fourth number in this fashion. Okay. Okay, so here are the basic things I have discussed. So let us move directly towards the questions and you will get to know how to solve the questions. Okay. So we have our first question, very basic one. The first few questions are very basic, and after that we'll be taking a little bit harder problems. I'll be discussing them mostly. But here is the first problem. It is an alphanumeric one. So if this kind of number series is given, like first there is a number 2, then there is a word like A, then there is a number like 3. and again you are getting 3, B, 5, then first number should be connected to the first number of the second thing. Okay. Letters should be connected accordingly, and the third number should be connected to the third number of the second, what can I say, this object or something else. Okay. So
Sir,
we should,
didn't get you.
huh? You're saying?
Didn't get you, sir. Can you please repeat?
Okay. Here is the question. Here is the first question. We have been given 80Y54. The next thing is 40W for 46, 20U40. It is given in this fashion. So you should be relating 80 to 40 and finding logics, 40 to 20. Then you should be relating Y to W, W to U. You should be relating 54 to 46, 46 to 40. Let us find logic in this fashion. If 80 is becoming 40, then it is being divided by 2. Then again 40, we get 20. So it is again divided by 2. So the first numbers are getting divided by 2. And to look at the letters, we get Y. Y is 25, W is 23, U is 21. So we are getting minus to decrease in every letter. So the next letter should be 19. 19 is S, so it is given S. The next letter should be 19 minus 2, that is 17. 17 is Q. So you directly eliminate two options, that is P. Okay. You only left with two options that you'll have to check. So first number we are getting logic divided by 2. The last number is given 10s36. So the next number should be 10 divided by 2, that is 5. Again Q. So 54 is being converted to 46. So there is a decrease of, what you can say, minus 8. Then there is a decrease of minus 6. Then there is a decrease of minus 4. Then there should be a decrease of minus 2. Because every consecutive number has a gap of 2. 8, then 6, then 4, then 2. Then there should be a decrease of 0. So 36 should be reduced to 34. So 5Q34 should be our answer. Okay, the first option is correct. I hope this is clear to everyone. Okay. Start solving the next question by yourself.
So it's 22.
There is 2.222, number 2.
22.
Okay. A lot of people are saying it is 22. The next question is very easy. Actually, let me zoom the page so you can see properly. Okay. So here we are given 13, then 17. You should be checking gaps firstly, as I have told. There is a gap of 4. Then there is a gap of 7. Then there is a gap of 8. So there should be a gap of 5, then 6, then 7. So 17 plus 5 is 22. This is a very basic question. Moving to the next one. What is the answer of
So
this one?
it's 3.
3.
3. Okay, fine. Let me check.
Yes, sir. 3.
So something is being subtracted. As you were saying, numbers are decreasing. Minus 2, then minus 8, then minus 15. Here is a decrement of 6. Then there is 7. So here should be decrement of 5. So minus 2 plus 5 is 3. 3 is the right answer. Very basic question again. Solve this one.
So it's 115. There is no
115.
115 there.
Okay. I had zoomed the page. 115 is in the options.
Yeah, it's option 2, 115.
I guess everyone is getting option 2, 115.
Yes, sir. 2, 115.
So there is a gap of 2, then 4,
and 4. Yeah.
then 2, again 4,
Yes, sir. It's 115.
then 115 should be the answer. Okay. Solve the next question. 3, 7, 13, 21. Excuse me. 1, 3, 7, 13, 21. These are very basic question I'm discussing. You just have to find the gap and you'll be seeing the logic.
27, right? It's
27. Okay. Anyone else?
So 31.
31.
So
Okay.
31.
Okay.
31.
Gaps of 2, 4. So gaps are being increased by 2. Okay. So next gap is 6. Next gap is 8. Gap is 8. So the next gap should be 10. So 31 is the answer. 21 plus 10 is 31. Okay. Solve this one. Three, 5, and 9.
257. Yes, sir. It's 257.
257. Okay, we are getting answer 257. Anyone else? 65, 129. So the first gap is 2, second gap is 4, the next gap is 8, then 16, then 32, then 64, so on and so forth. So every gap is being multiplied by 2. 2 into 2 is 4, 4 into 2 is 8, 8 into 2 is 16, 16 into 2 is 34, again 32 into 2 is 64. So the next gap should be 64 into 2, that is 128. 128 plus 129 is 257. Is 257 is the right answer. Okay, solve this one. Nine, 14, 17, and 30. So what is the logic here? If we try to find the gaps directly, we are getting -5. Then we are getting 9. Then you are getting 4. Then you are getting 13. So by directly finding the gaps, you can see you cannot find any definite logic in here. So let us think otherwise. As you can see, the first number is increasing, then every following number is increasing. If this logic happens, then I have asked you to check if something 0 point, some fraction is getting multiplied, plus something is happening, or minus something is happening. You also have to check if logic is happening between gaps of numbers like 1, then 3, then 5. Okay, check in
Sir,
this.
I think the second number is like it's like 9 plus 4 is 13, and then 13
Yes,
plus
yes,
4
yes.
is
You're
17.
correct. This is a special series. It is called Fibonacci series. Okay. In this series, every number is a summation of the preceding two numbers. So, okay, we're getting 9 plus 4, 13. Then 17 is 13 plus 4. Then 30 is 17 plus 13. Okay. So it is in this fashion. So the next number should be 47. Kudos to you. You have solved it successfully. It was a very difficult one. Also, I forgot to discuss the logic, but you have seen it through. So congratulations. Okay. Sorry. What is happening? Hold on a second. Select. Okay. Okay, so here we go again. Solve this question.
Sir, it's 720.
What is the answer? 720. 720 is not in the options.
Sir, I have skipped the question. Sorry.
Okay, fine. This is a very easy one.
Sir, 112.
Yes. I think everyone should be getting answer by now. It is a very basic logic is going on. 10, then 20, then 30. The gaps are like this. The next gap should be 40.
Sir,
70,
it's 112.
1 on 2. Okay. Solve this question. Here the logic is finally changing. But
720.
yes, 720 is the right answer. I think everyone should be seeing the logic. If we are getting 12 from 6, it is being multiplied by 2. Then 36 from 12, it is being multiplied by 3. Again into 4, into 5 in this fashion. Here into 2, into 3, into 4. So the next number should be multiplied by 5. So 720 is the right answer. Try to solve this question.
One 104, I think.
104, but it is not in the options. Check this logic. Into something. Here the first number is simply decreasing. Then all the consecutive numbers are increasing.
Sir, into 0.5.
Yes, right. You have to check into 0.5 logic. Into 0.5, into 1, into 0.5 plus something, into 1 plus something. This logic you have to check. I'm not getting any answer, I suppose. Let me solve it. Let me take some interesting color. This is rainbow color. Okay. So 758. Here you can see if you how can you apply this logic into something plus or minus something like B. If you try to multiply 5 with something so that you get close to 8, you multiply it by 2, you are getting 10. If you do minus 2, you are getting 8. In the same fashion, if you multiplied it by 3, 8 3s are 24, and then you subtract 2, you are getting 22. In the same fashion, if you multiply it by 4, you are getting 88. So subtract 2 from here, you are getting 86. Okay. So the first number should be into 1 minus 2. 7 into 1 is 7, minus 2 is 5. So this is the logic. you're getting multiplied by consecutive increasing numbers like into 1, into 2, into 3, into 4. The next number should be into 5 minus 2, and 2 is being subtracted from every number. Okay. So the next logic should be into 5 minus 2. So 86 into 5 is 430 minus 2 is 428. So 428 should be the answer. This is option number 3.
So can you explain it again?
Yes, yes. The numbers are 7, 5, 8, 22, 86. Let me erase the board. The first number is decreasing. Then all the consecutive numbers are increasing. So for this kind of number series, I have asked you to check whether the number is getting multiplied by like 0.5 or into 1, and then something is being subtracted or added, plus minus a. You should be checking this logic. Okay. So here, if we check, like, how can you get to 5 by multiplying something into 7, then subtracting something? You multiplied it by 1, then you subtract 2. Then try to multiply 5 by anything to get close to 8. If you multiply it by 2, you get 10, then subtract 2, you get 8. Then how to get close to 22 from 8? You multiply it by 3, then 3 8s are 24, you subtract 2, you get 22. Then you multiply it by 4, you get 88. You subtract 2, you get 86. Then the next logic should be into 5 minus 2. 2 is being subtracted after every multiplication, and into 1, into 2. Consecutive multiplication is happening. I hope the logic is clear now.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So here is our question number 2. From here on, the questions are a little bit difficult. So take your time. But
104, sir.
104. Take your time, but don't take forever, because time is something we don't have today. 35, then 56. Only one student has answered 104.
Yes, sir. 104.
Okay.
Sir, 104.
Again, we cannot, check anything. So numbers are increasing. So we can just check the gap. Okay. 35 minus 56 is 21. Then we get 23. You're most probably getting the logics and numbers are decreasing by 2. You will verify it by checking this number. Okay. So the next gap should be 25 and this gap should be 27. Okay. If we add 25 with this, we get 99 plus 5, 104. If we add 27, we are getting 131. So this logic is valid. So 104 is the right answer. But if you were getting like 133 here, after adding 27 with 104, then you have to check a different logic. Okay. Okay, here we go again. Solve this question. I think it is a easy one if you remember the squares and cubes. Just take the gap simply. Here it is 4, then 9, then 25. You should be seeing things.
107.
Sir, 96.
You should be seeing square numbers by just looking at 4, 9, 16, 25. If you don't see squares, then you cannot solve any number series question. Again, I'm telling you that remembering the squares are very important. This is 2 square, this is 3 square, this is 4 square, this is 5 square. So next gap should be 6 square, that is 36. To add 36 with it, we get 107. Again, if you remember the squares, it is a very easy problem. Try to solve the next question.
$53.
53. Okay, we're getting option number 3. Anyone else? I think it is a very basic problem. Odd number gap is happening here. Here it is 3, here it is 5, here it is 7, here it is 9. So next gap should be, sorry. 7 and then, okay, 11. Okay, this is a prime number logic. If this number was 38, suppose this number was 38. In place of 40, this number was 38. Okay. Then we had odd number logic. Then the gap should have been 9. Then you had odd number logic 3, then 5, then 7, then 9. Then the next number should have been 38 plus 11, that is 49. But we are getting a gap of 11. So please remember at least the first 5, not 5, at least first 8 prime numbers. Okay. 29, the next number is 40. So here we are getting a gap of 11. So this 3, 5, 7, 11 is first, at first glance might look like odd number logic. But after 7, we should be getting 9, but we are getting 11. So this is prime number logic. Also remember this. These are very frequent questions, like examiner loves prime number logic. Okay. Then the next prime number should be 13. So 53 is our answer. Okay. Moving to the next question. Here we have this one. Try to solve it.
21.
13.
We are getting two answers. One say 13 and 21. Okay.
So 21.
3, 2, 9, 8, 15, 14. You can solve this question in two ways. Again, there could be multiple logics of any number series question. There should be more than 2 logics, but often you can find more than like 2 logics for every number series question. Okay. Here, as the numbers are increasing again, decreasing, then increasing, then decreasing, then increasing, you can check alternate gaps. Like if I check this gap, there is a gap of 6. There is also a gap of 6. So there should be a gap of 6. The number should be 21. Again, here there is a gap of 6. There is a gap of 6. So you can solve it in this fashion. You can solve it like this: 3, 2, 9, 8, 15, 14. You're getting a gap of -1. Then plus 7 is happening. Again, again -1. Then again plus 7 is happening. Then again -1. Then we should be getting plus 7. That is 21. So you can solve the question in both fashion. Okay. Just remember, find something logical. Don't like add 6, 7, then 11 like this. So what we have next? 3, 5, 10, 21, 38. This is also a very good question. This is an interesting question actually. Let's see if anyone can solve this. Again, don't try to find any new logic. You should be finding the logic from what we have discussed till now. Let me write it first. 3, 5, 10, 21, 38.
61.
61. Okay, we have a first answer, that is 61.
51, sir.
51 is not in the options, so I'm not
No,
taking
sir,
it.
61.
61, okay. So if you check the gaps, the gap is 2, then 5, and the gap is directly 11, then the gap is 17. Again, you can just tell by looking at these numbers that these are prime numbers. But consecutive prime numbers are not happening. We are getting one prime number is being skipped. 2, 3, 5, then 7 is skipped, then 13 is skipped, then 17's next prime number is 19. 19 should be skipped. Then you're getting next prime number is 23. So add 23 with 38, you should be getting 61. Yes, 61 is the right answer. Okay. Okay, so solve this question. 3, 3, 8, 1, 0, 8. Not a very difficult one, pretty basic actually. Just remember, 1 can be cube of 1 and 1 can also be square of 1.
One seven two eight.
1728. Yes, 1728 is the right answer. So as you can see, the numbers are getting multiplied by something. Into 1 is happening here, into 4 is happening here, into 9 is happening here. You can clearly say that these are square numbers. 1 is square of 1, 2, 4 is square of 2, then 3 is 9 is square of 3. The next number should be square of 4, that is 16. 108 into 16, that is 1600 plus 120 is 1728. Yes, 1720 is the right answer. I hope it is clear. Moving to the next question. Again, please keep answering like you are doing till now. Because if the class is not interactive, then as a teacher, I will not be enthusiastic to continue with the class. There you can find a new logic, but pretty interesting one. And there is also a thing about this logic. If you see it once, then you can solve any number series question with this logic. Okay, you just have to know it once. Okay, I'm telling directly, number is getting 38 from 19. You can directly say that into 2 is happening here. Okay, first the number is getting, increasing by huge proportion. Then there is a short increment. Then again, here is a huge proportion increment. Okay, if there is a huge proportional increment, then you should be thinking that multiplied by something is happening, because otherwise you cannot get a huge proportion increment. Okay, into 2 has happened here. From second and third number, you can clearly say -3 is happening. Again, here what is happening? Can you get 810 by multiplied something with 135? Let us check. 135 into 2 is 270, and 270 into 3 is 810. So 135 into 6 is 810. Okay. Into 6. So into 2 minus 3. If we get into 4 minus 5, then into 6, then we have a logic that multiplied by something into 2, then minus the next consecutive number, then again multiply it by the next consecutive number, that is 4, then again subtract the next consecutive number, that is minus 5, and so on and so forth, minus 7 into 8, minus 9. This kind of logic is going on. Okay. Consecutive numbers are being multiplied and subtracted. So the next number we should be getting by multiplied it by 4. So 35 into 4 is how much? 140. So 140 minus 5 is 135. So this logic is correct. Okay. Again, apply the same thing here. I think you should be getting the answer in this question also. Okay. We have this series like this. So the first number we are getting by just adding 1. Then the next number is minus 2. Then the next number we're getting multiplied by 3. Okay. I hope you can see the logic here. The next number is plus 4. Then the next number is again minus 5. So you can see what is happening here. Consecutive numbers are given, then plus, minus, multiply. This logic is going on. Like plus 1 minus 2 into 3, plus 4 minus 5 into 6, plus 7 minus 8 into 9. Sorry. Into 9. This logic is going on. Okay.
768.
You're getting option 768.
768,
Okay,
the second option.
768.
yes, 768 is the right answer. Okay, so solve this one. Same thing. You can see that 33 is getting multiplied by 3, so we are getting 99 here. So check the logic accordingly. $35, then again 35, then 99, then 95, then 475. How can you get 35 from 35? Either add 0, which in most of the cases doesn't show any logic, or multiply it by 1. So here it is getting multiplied by 1. Then you're getting minus 2. Then you're getting into 3. Then you're getting minus 4. Okay. Then you're getting
471.
yes. Then the next number should be subtracted by 6. So 475 minus 6. 471 is not the right answer. 469 it should be.
Yes, yes, sorry, 4 6.
Okay. Multiply minus. This logic is going on and consecutive numbers are given. I hope this is clear. Pretty easy logic. And once you see this, I think you should be able to solve the next few questions. Hold on a second. Okay. So we have this question. From now on, these questions are numbered and these are a bit difficult questions. So I should be giving you 30 seconds of time and I'll solve the questions directly. Otherwise, I don't think you will be able to solve these questions because these are a bit difficult ones. Can we add timer? What the hell? So, 13, 18, then we're getting 27, 56. Are interrupting us. 6, 113, 286, then question mark. Okay, I'm solving it directly. Here you can see if you find gap directly, plus 5 has happened, then plus 9, then plus 29, then 7, 57, and 5, 7, 175. So these are the gaps. Again, not very relevant gap. You cannot figure out anything, I suppose, from this gap. But try to see if some logic is happening in between the gaps. Like if you don't find any logic by just taking one gap, you take consecutive second gap. Okay. If you take a gap again, then you're getting plus 4. You're getting plus 20. You are getting 30. Sorry, 13 from. Sorry. It should be 19. It should be 19. No. It's 29 only. 27, then 56. Okay. You're getting a gap of plus 30. So not plus 30. And you're getting a gap of plus 28. Then we are getting a gap of plus 108. Okay. I think there is a problem with this question. This really should have been 46. I think I mistyped the question. Let me check once. Getting into 5 plus 8. Okay. Okay, sorry guys, we have a wrong question here. Please don't waste your time in this question. Just keep this one. It should really have been 19. Okay. We have mistyped it. It should be 46. Okay, just ignore this question and move to question number 19. What is it saying? 3, then 23, then 33, then 43, 58, then 88. Okay. In the first two numbers, we get a huge gap. Then the numbers are increasing slowly. Okay. From 3 to 23, we're getting. So the first gap is 20. The next gap is 10. Again 10. Then we're getting 15. Then we're getting 30. Now try to find the logic between 20, 10, 10, 15, 30. In these numbers, 20 is decreasing to 10, then it is again 10. If this kind of number series happens, then I have told you to multiply it by a fraction number. So if 20 is multiplied by 0.5, it is 10. Then again, if we multiply it by the next consecutive number after 0.5 is 1, there is a increase of 0.5. So 10 into 1 is 10. Again, after 1, there is an increase of 0.5, that is 1.5. 10 into 1.5 is 15. Then after 1.5, we should be getting 2. Then 15 into 2 is 30. Then again, we should be multiplying it by 2.5. So 2.5 into 30 is 75. So add 75 with 88, we should be getting 163. It is a bit difficult question, but I think the logic should be clear to everyone. Please note these questions because these are very good quality questions from where the number series has started. Okay. You see this Q before any question, that means this is a good quality question. Again, in the next question, we are getting 74, 62, 82, then 78, then 109, then 159, then 173. Can you find the logic here? Again, as you can see, the numbers are first decreasing, then increasing. So to check this kind of questions, I have asked you to multiply it by a fraction number. If no logic you can find there, then check alternate numbers. Okay, from 74, you check directly to 82, then 109, you check in this fashion. First, check if we can multiply it by 0.5. No, we cannot multiply it by 0.5 because that way we are getting 37. So check alternate number logic here. Check alternate gaps. From 74 to 82, we are getting a gap of 8. From 82 to 109, we are getting a gap of 27. By just seeing 8 and 27, you should be getting the logic that these are cube numbers. Okay, 8 is cube of 2, 27 is cube of 3. Here we should be getting 4 cube, that is 64. Let us check. 9, 4, then 10, 11, 6. Yes, it is 64. Let us see what logic is happening in between. We are getting 16. So 16 we can write either 4 square or 2 to the power 4. Here the gap is 1, 81. So 81 is either 3 to the power 4 or 9 square. Now see what is happening here. We can take 16 as either 4 square, and we can take 81 also as 9 square. But if we take like 4 square, then after 2 cube, 4 square is happening. Okay, fine. Then suddenly 3 comes. So after 2, we should be getting 3, but here is 3, and here we are getting 4. So 2 to the power 4 is a more sound logic. So let us check it that way. If we take 16 at 2 to the power 4 and also 81 as 3 to the power 4, we should be getting a more sound logic like this. After 2 to the power 3, we are getting 2 to the power 4. And after 3 to the power 3, we are getting 3 to the power 4. And after 4 to the power 3, we should be getting 4 to the power 4. So what is 4 to the power 4? 64 into 4, that is 256. So add 256 with 159, we should be getting 514. 415 should be your answer. Again, it was a difficult question, but I think the logic is clear to you and how you have to see things to solve these questions. Okay, I should be discussing 2 more questions because all the other questions are difficult from here on, and you will be given home task to solve the remaining problems. Okay. Again, I won't be solving all of the questions because when the question gets really hard, the session gets boring. It's as simple as that. I'm just solving this question. You just check it. You don't have to solve it yourself. So these are hard questions. 6, 10, we're getting 42. Then there is a question mark 1806. So what can be the logic here? Again, 1, 1, also 2 is repeated. Here we can either multiply it by 1, then you are getting 2, then you are getting 1, then 3. Then multiplying logic is not happening. So you have to get alternate gaps, okay? So from 1 we are getting directly to 2, then from 2 we are getting going to 6. From 6 we are going to 42, from 42 we are going to 1806. In this fashion we will check logics from these numbers, okay? So if from 1 we go to 2, we are getting 1 as a gap. Here we are getting 4 as a gap. Here we are getting 36 as a gap. And what is the gap between here? Okay. Okay, the gap is huge. Here is gap of 1. Here is gap of 8. Okay, let me tell you the logic directly. 1, 4, 36. You can say that these are square numbers. 1 is square of 1, 2, 4 is square of 2, 36 is square of 9. But after 1 and 2, we should be getting 3. How are we getting 9? So this is not a sound logic. You should be solving it in a different way. So from 1, how can we get to 2? We can either multiply by 1, then add 1, or we can square 1, then add on, or we can cube 1, then add 1. Then see how can we get to 6 from 2? We can square 2, add 2, or into 2, add 2. Okay. So in which fashion we can get 42 from 6? We can square 6, then add 6. So this is the logic here. All other logics I am erasing. So the numbers are getting squared, then the same number is being added. So 1 square plus 1 is 2. 2 square plus 2 is 6. 6 square plus 6 is 42. Let us check if 42 squares plus 42 is 1806. 42 square is 64 and 25 minus 8, 1764. I'm not mistaken. At 42. Yes, we are getting 1806. Okay. So what is the logic here? Here we can get 1 cube plus 1. After that, we can get 2 cube plus 2. So in the upper numbers, 1 square plus 1, 2 square plus 2, 6 square plus 6, this kind of fashion is going on. And in the below numbers, we are getting 1 cube plus 1, 2 cube plus 2. So for the next number, we should be getting 10 cube plus 10. So 10 cube plus 10 is 1000 plus 10. So that is 1010. This is the option. And this is a difficult question, but I think the logic should be clear. Shall we move to this next question?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And the next question should be our last question of
Before
number
the last
series.
question, Dipanjan sir, I would like to interrupt a bit. It's quite wonderful that people are so enthusiastic with your classes, sir. Because had it been an English class, people would have already asked me to, sir, please stop right now, because it is so one way. So thank you for making these classes so interactive. I really appreciate it. I hope the students appreciate it.
Yes. I also thank the students for making this class interactive. Because without your response, I should be bored to death. Okay. So here is question number 23. 3, 5, 7, 12, 37, 69. Okay. We have written 69 just twice. 37 and 69, then 357. Again, numbers are increasing consecutively, so you doesn't have to check alternate number logic. So what can be the logic here? Okay. We can directly check the gap. Here is gap of 2. Here is again gap of 2. Here is gap of 5. Here is gap of 25. Then we are getting a gap of 32. Then we are getting a gap of 8. 288. Okay. From 288, the numbers are getting a bit of absurd. So let us see how we can get to this number. Okay. How can I get to 2 from 2? If we multiply it by 1, then we can either multiply 2 plus 1 or we can do simply plus 3. Okay. Why am I writing two logics? Again, I can directly write the answer, but I'm showing the way how you should be hitting it with logics. Okay, different logics, and you should be taking the right logic. So here we can write either into 2 plus 1 or plus 3. Again, here into 5 is happening. Okay. Here you can say plus 7 has happened. Okay. So this logic is the most sound one. Odd numbers into plus is happening here. Let us check if 9 is being multiplied here. Yes, 9 is multiplying here. So you have a logic. First, you have to take the gaps. Then in the gaps, you have to find the logic. Successive odd numbers are getting multiplied and added into 1 plus 3, into 5 plus 7, into 9. Then the next number we should be getting by adding 11. So 288 plus 11 is 299. And if we add 299 with 357, we should be getting 656. Let us see. Yes, it is option number 2. Okay. So as you can see clearly that each question from here on is a very unique one. You give all the other questions a try back at home, and we should be meeting again by weekend because I'll be busy throughout the week and solving the remaining left out questions of number series. And again, if you are able to solve the questions by yourself, then we shouldn't be wasting any more time with number series. Just let me know in the WhatsApp group, okay? And I also thought that I should be starting like sitting arrangement, but we are already too late for that. Okay, so I think reasoning section will be extending for another class, and then we'll be moving towards mathematics. So in the next class, we'll be discussing seating arrangement and blood relation and direction sense. Okay, these are very easy questions like A starts moving towards north, like you'll be giving conditions like A starts from home, this is A's home, and move 5 kilometers to the north, then it takes left turn and goes for 10 kilometers to reach like point B. Which direction is point B from his house? That is northwest. So these kind of questions, I don't think we need to discuss. You can solve it by yourselves. You guys are talented enough. So we have been left out with 3 more topics to discuss in the next reasoning session. And we'll be taking the session by Saturday or Sunday. Again, you'll be notified the time schedule. We are officially ending today's session. I'll ask Somo sir, are you online?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, before we end, Dipanjan sir and the others, I would like to make a small commentary on the classes and the nature of NET exams. So, you all are preparing for NET, and that's all very good. But people who are from West Bengal, I would like to share a small news, which is very like I feel very grieved while receiving this news. So there is one college, Bakura University, not college actually, university. So they are offering guest lecturer positions to people who have already qualified NET, and the salary they are offering is 300 rupees per class. And that means that probably you will get 5 class per week. That is 1,500 per week. So
Okay. So
that is
1,500 multiplied by 30,
4.
you should be getting, oh, sorry, 22. 22.
Sir, 1,500 per week. Per week.
1,500 per week, not per
Yes.
day.
No, per week, sir.
Okay, okay. That's a very less salary. Okay, okay, continue.
So we can understand the bleak situation in West Bengal's academic circle. So after all this, the situation is very bleak, I must say. I am not discouraging anyone from pursuing academics, but as Dipanjan sir knows that the situation of academia is very bleak. So if you have any other option that you would like to pursue, perhaps competitive exams, perhaps B.Ed or anything else, I would never discourage anyone in doing so. Dipanjan sir would.
Yes, yes, definitely. You already know the situation prevailing in West Bengal. Like there is, I mean, what can I say? Profession-wise, very less scope remaining in like academics, but you shouldn't be afraid in pursuing that. I also did my master's in physics, but seeing through the present prevailing scenario, I choose to write
Sir,
competitive.
please explain that. Please mention where you did your master's from, so that students can get a you
Yes,
know.
yes, yes. I didn't do my master's in from any ordinary college. I did it from IIST. That is, you should be knowing Shibpur College. It is a pretty famous one in West Bengal. Okay.
And
So
nevertheless, my friend Dipanjan sir here chose to go for the competitive circle because he has pretty good idea how the academics is fraught with corruption and with lack of opportunities. So I shouldn't be laughing, but we shouldn't be laughing, but this is just a reality check for all the students who are pursuing that. Please be aware of the reality that's going on with you. Dipanjan sir, I think you would agree to whatever I have said.
Uh, can you repeat again? I didn't get your last part.
The
Sorry.
point is that I think you would agree to whatever I have said because the prevailing situation of academics is extremely bleak and very economically difficult for students who are pursuing this area.
Yes, yes, it's definitely true. Like if you have your parents' support, you can pursue your academic career like for 5 to 7 years, and your parents will still be supportive. If economy is not a problem to your family, then you can definitely pursue like your academics career. It is actually a very good thing. I was also interested in academics, but as the situation prevailed, it didn't let me to continue any further, and I shouldn't be, discouraging you in this topic, but you know the reality. So you should be broad-minded. You shouldn't be narrow-minded. Like I should do academics only. You should be seeing through other options that are readily available to you. Not every option is readily available. There is too much competition, as there is also, ongoing unemployment scenario in India, and that is actually very poor in West Bengal. In southern state, the condition is a little bit better because the IT sectors and a lot of startups are there. But in eastern states and northern states, the situation is difficult. So Somabu sir, what he tried to convey the message is just keep a broad mind, and you can also prepare for competitive exams if you want. And if you want any guidance in that relation, then you can contact me, or you know the rest. There are a lot of options. You can choose like for GATE, you can appear for SET according to your academia, and that's it. Anything, any concluding speech Somabu sir would like to discuss?
In conclusion, I would like to say that I would encourage students to pursue NET and for undergraduate students to pursue GATE and other exams that will enable them to pursue their masters. But again, I would like to, as the Dipanjan mentioned, that I would like to tell them that is everything. You need to check the reality of our situation, especially I am Bengal because the reality is very bleak. The reality is so bleak that a PhD holder is being offered like 300 rupees
This
a
is like a
class.
very,
And
very primitive like clerk job,
yeah,
very basic clerk job, even very less salary with like he's getting only like 15K to 25K. You know, this
exactly.
salary is very low in the
So
present scenario.
15K to 25K is not a viable salary for a person who has pursued PhD. This is the exact reason why I shifted to South. This is the very reason I shifted to South because South offers twice the salary that has been maximally mentioned by the Dipanjan sir. So, if any one of you has qualified NET and want to migrate to South and can and think that they can survive here with NET, I am more than happy
So
to.
Shad will be welcoming you with open arms.
Yes, I will be welcoming you with open arms. I would be very glad if you will like to join here, provided the fact that you have got NET. So this is why NET is important. If you get NET, then South is all welcoming you. Okay, with open arms and with good salary, which is more important than open arms, to be very honest.
Yes,
So, Dipanjan sir, yeah, I would like you to conclude this session with a positive vibe. So, on to you.
yes, definitely. Uh, that was just reality check. Don't get demotivated. Again, as you have done masters, you should be writing NET exam, because then you have a definite thing like you can show people. I can you are opening more like gates of opportunities. Okay, so with that positive speech, keep your positive vibe. Okay, and keep open to other alternatives as we have discussed. And with that, we'd like to bid good night to everyone, and hopefully we'll be seeing you guys again in the next session. That is, it should be Saturday or Sunday. You'll be notified later on. Okay. Good night, everyone.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Dipanjan sir. I wish that everyone will join me in thanking Dipanjan sir for his efforts and context in the class. Thank you, and yeah, good night. Good night. Dipanjan sir, I will conclude the session now.
Okay, sure. I'm just.
Thank you, sir. Good night, sir.
Okay.
Good night. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Yeah.
Thank
See
you.
you later.